Okay, we're joined by Atlanta Pride head coach Seb Hines. Seb, just your initial analysis of tonight's game, please start us off.
Yeah, no, really pleased with the result. That was our objective coming into this game. Score some early goals to settle the nerves and stuff. But this is a tough competition regardless of the opponent. But we handled our business. We managed the game really well, and I was really pleased with the performance tonight.
Other questions, preguntas?
Mr. Hines, from Two Futboleras podcast, your expectations for the next game against the America is the leader. Well, it's in challenging the leadership with you, but your expectation for that next game, will you have all your main players on that one?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a really tough schedule. We only played this past Saturday, coming over to Panama and playing another tough game and then another game on Friday. So it really is important that we use all of our roster. So it gave us an opportunity this week to rest some players because of Friday and the travel. But going into the Club America game, everyone will be available. Because we have a game against San Diego, then Club America, and then another game at Houston. So it's a quick turnaround. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes. The priority this game tonight was to get 3 points and win and put ourselves in a position to progress in the competition.
Thank you. Coach Hines, Samuel McCollin for Bitácora Deportiva and RPC Radio. Welcome to Panama. Coach, till this date, how do you describe your team game style? Do you think that they have reached to the level as it was expected according to your projection? And also, knowing that in certain seasons you might face teams under the accustomed level that you face weekly in your league, what message do you try as a team to project to those teams that are not accustomed to compete in this level? Thank you.
Yeah, I think anytime you step onto the field, and we said this at the start of the game, the game starts 0-0, 0-0, and it's 11 players versus 11 players in a really tough competition. So you have to earn the right to play. Nothing is given to you in this game. You have to earn respect regardless of what you did last year. We were very successful last year. This year is a very new year with new players in a new competition. So in order to be successful, you have to compete. And I think we showed our quality today. I think one word to describe this team is that they're adaptable. We played a different system today to try and get players in a more familiar position. Our right back and left back tonight are forwards. And so they're asked to do a job, and you have to be versatile in this game. It's not just being one-dimensional. The game is evolving so quickly, and you need to add more layers to your game. So for me, we like versatile players who can be adaptable to any position, and we'll always try and put them in positions to be successful, and you could see that tonight. How expansive our fullbacks were, now wingers. We had our 6 dropping down and building up in a 3, but it was so compact, and Chorrillo made it very difficult for us to find any sort of space. But we took our goals very well, and that's the most pleasing part, that we adapted very well and played the tempo that we wanted to play, and ultimately won the game.
Hello, Coach. Luis Arauz for the Pro. Coach, obviously you play in one of the best leagues in the world as the NWSL, but that's not the reality for teams like Chorrillo or other teams in this competition that are still in leagues that are developing. But how do you think this tournament might help all these countries that are still in the stage of development to improve and be better in the future? Thank you.
Yeah, I think we're in a really fortunate position because of the investment that our ownership has given us and the resources that we have. Competitions like this today only gives more exposure to individuals and players and put them on the world scene. And to play a team like ourselves and you know, it's almost like an audition at times, you know, even though we're playing and we're trying to win the game, if a certain players stand out, you know, they may be on our radar for the formidable future. So I think anytime you step onto the field is an opportunity, and it's up to the individuals to take it because, you know, there's so much exposure now with the TV and these types of competitions, and even international football as well. So you just have to be at the right place, right time, and when the opportunity presents itself, you have to just grab it and take control. And so it should give a lot of motivation for players who play for teams like Chorrillo to you know, have those you know, aspirations to be at a, you know, a big club, a higher level club.
Hi again. How is coaching one of the greatest player of all time of women's side, Marta? How is the experience with her and her with also these youngest players on your team or maybe on your league and in this kind of tournament?
Yeah, I get this question a lot, and you know, I'm in such a fortunate position to be able to coach arguably the best player in world football, and it's relatively easy because you know the motivation that she has, even at her age now, and she won't mind me saying it. You know, she still wants to win. She's still competitive. She gives it her all. My job is just to put her in positions to be successful. And she's very responsive to that. You could see her passion, you know, especially with last year, you know, how she felt winning and lifting the trophy after being at the Orlando Pride for so long and been through like so many dark days at Orlando Pride. So yeah, it's just keep motivating her, and it's not too hard because she's so motivated, and it's an absolute honor to be in my position to lead, arguably again the best player in the world.